Alright everyone, I was asked to talk about this video. As you can tell, it's down in the bottom down below. And I'm just gonna talk about it. So it's involving Brock Lesnar. I think it was Sunday or Monday. Well, last night then. Was Sunday. Well, today's Monday, so it's either Sunday or Saturday. Brock Lesnar, there was a UFC event. It was called UFC 184, and Brock Lesnar showed up, and everyone's talking about it. Everybody's wondering whether or not Brock Lesnar's now definitely going to the UFC, which stands for Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether he's staying with the WWE. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure either, not gonna lie. I'm gonna talk about that, his future. You know, everyone was talking about, they've been talking about this, I think, since January. The Brock Lesnar was going back to the UFC. His contract is up after WrestleMania 31, and he's gonna drop the title. Well, now we're not really sure who, because there's rumors that Roman Reigns got suspended. So it's either going to be he's going to drop the title to either Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, or he could just retain it against whoever he faces, and then Seth Rollins will cash in. You know, there's a bunch of different things going on. And he's going to leave. He'll be gone. We're not really sure what's going to happen with Paul Heyman afterwards, but that's not really important. Brock Lesnar's more important right now. So, people are wondering where the hell, what the hell's gonna happen. And people are even saying that he might not want to go back to the UFC. He might stay with the WWE because he won't, because he won't, because he doesn't want to take the chance with concussions. He wants to play it safe, and that makes complete sense. But so I did have my doubts about that. But now it might be changed, because now we saw him at this event last night. But now he walked out on Raw last week. He was supposed to be on Raw, but he didn't. But he walked out. So I definitely think he's going to the UFC. I don't really think there's any question about that. I think he's definitely leaving WWE after this. But maybe this is to troll everyone. I'm not really trying to... I'm not saying this is this, but maybe this is a troll. Brock Lesnar went to this event, and he's trolling everybody. This is just to troll everyone, to think he's going to go to the UFC, to think he's going to drop the title at Mania, and we're never going to see him again. Maybe the WWE will swerve us and have him retain the title, but Rollins will still cash in, and they'll do Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules for the title. Or they can, this is just to troll everyone to think Brock Lesnar's leaving, but he's not. This could be a unique troll. But me and my friend Steve Ezekiel, he's like my best friend, we're talking. And we were talking about Brock Lesnar, and he could do both. He could go to the UFC, and he can go to he can work for WWE at the same time. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I have 50-50 with that, and let me explain why. The positives is if Brock Lesnar did both. One, he have something to do both days. He wouldn't have to. He could do the things he's required to do with the WWE, because he could easily do both. He only wrestles 3 matches a year on the WWE anyways. The only dates he really works is Royal Rumble, Mania, and SummerSlam. Those are the only matches he really wrestles. And he has to obviously appear for a few Raws to build up whatever feud he's in. But he really doesn't need to show up that often, because he has Paul Heyman to fall back on. So he can do that, and he can do his UFC fights at once. So it does work out in his schedule. Another positive is it really will help increase the pay-per-view buys, I think, for the WWE pay-per-views that Brock Lesnar's on, because Brock Lesnar's already a draw. Oh, excuse me. Brock Lesnar's a fucking draw. You know, now when Brock Lesnar's on a pay-per-view, everybody fucking tunes in. He's a fucking draw, and that's how it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's how it really is. He's a draw. He's the big pay-per-view draw. Everybody tunes in to see what he's gonna do. He makes the company interesting. He makes the company feel legit. So Brock Lesnar's a draw. Plus, he was a former UFC star. So he was a former UFC champion. So it works out in that effect. But can you imagine? If Brock Lesnar was actually in the UFC and Vince McMahon and Dana White, or however you say his name, could work on an agreement to have them advertise and say, hey, Brock Lesnar's going to be on this pay-per-view. Maybe wrestling could just be fantastic again. Everybody would tune in to watch that pay-per-view to see Brock Lesnar, and they would be fucking stoked about it. I think that could be great for that aspect. You know, the commentators from the UFC can say, hey, obviously not doing the fights, but they can say, if you want to see Brock Lesnar, he's going to be on this pay-per-view on this day, and you can check him out. I think that would be fucking phenomenal. But I don't really know if that's going to happen. But here's the negatives, though. The negatives is if Brock Lesnar does both, I'm wondering if the UFC would try to book his matches to make sure that he wins. Because obviously they would want to make... And plus, the WWE can promote UFC, too. But... Because UFC is, like, really popular. But, Brock Lesnar, was all... You know, they want to make sure Brock Lesnar wins because they'll be like... The UFC won't find it believable if, let's just say, he faces, like, somebody like Daniel Bryan and he fucking loses. And then he fucking beats somebody, like, in a real fight. He's like, well, how the hell is he losing here but winning here? So they probably... I wonder if that would be the negative. Another negative is, let's say, like, they wanted him for SummerSlam, but he couldn't work that match because there was a UFC event on the same day. So that would be another flaw. Because lately he's been working a lot of... Lesnar's been working at the SummerSlams ever since he's come back. So that's the negatives. Other than that, though, I really don't have anything else to say. I mean, the most likely reason... I do think Brock Lesnar probably will be done with the WWE in general, if you want to know my thoughts. Since I saw this, and since he walked out on Raw, I don't think it's a troll at all. And the fan in me wants to see Brock Lesnar stay because he really does increase my enjoyment of the WWE. If he fucking leaves, it will kind of... I mean, I'll still watch the product, but it will kind of hurt my enjoyment of it because Brock Lesnar just really fucking makes things awesome in the WWE when he is there. And I just kind of wonder what's going to happen with Paul Heyman. I'm going to talk about that, though. I do have an idea for Paul Heyman. I'll talk about that in another video. But that's really about it. I don't really have anything else to say. That's about it. I really hope Brock Lesnar stays, but he's definitely leaving, I think. It's just no question. And I've been thinking, I am going to try to start watching some UFC events. I tried to watch UFC before, but I didn't enjoy it. But I watched it, like, when I was in 8th grade. I wasn't really... Maybe even... I actually watched it when I was in 6th grade, actually. And I didn't enjoy... And I was in 6th grade, so I didn't find enjoyment in that. So, I'm going to see if I can start watching some UFC events. Get those videos up. They won't be on this channel. They'll probably be on my other channel, my non-wrestling channel, the Owen the Talkinator channel. And maybe I'll see if I can start watching some UFC fights and start uploading videos for it. I don't know how I would go about reviewing the shows. I might read up on certain fighters or something, but I'm not really sure. But that's really about it. So that's it for this video, guys. You can click it down below to subscribe. And I'm going to be coming back here tonight with a Raw review. I'm going to be using my laptop for that. And that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.